It's time now for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Central Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Sears Hometown Store, locally owned and operated right here in Mountain Home.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas, Southern Missouri. It is Wednesday, October 28, 2020. It's 7 a.m. We got rain on the way.
What, do we?
Yeah.
What do you mean? It's been raining. What do you mean on the way? It's been here since last
Tuesday,
days.
Wednesday. Yes. Thank goodness for the rain, you know. Wow.
We needed it. I'm not complaining at all.
Rain. We sure did. Wow. Well, good morning. Welcome to Down on the Corner program. Hope your Wednesday's off to a great start. Like I say, we got some rain coming. And so get all your stuff done before noon, because I think this afternoon we even got a chance of some thunder showers coming through. So
really,
and warmer temperatures. You guys are gonna have a good Friday night at Bomber Stadium.
Are we?
It's gonna be like 58 degrees and
nice. I won't know what to do.
No icicles hanging off your earlobes tomorrow.
I won't know what to do. I'll be honest with you.
Bombers play Russellville here till Friday night, right?
Yep.
Yep. It'll be fun. The XL7 TV will have that pregame at 6:30. Game at 7. Right?
Yeah, I'm playing around. I don't think we're may have to text Gilly here. We're going, but we're just not live on some of the TV stuff. So.
Well, I'll be. Well,
don't know what's going on.
I bet you get it fixed here in a minute.
We'll just continue going.
Well, all right. Down on the Corner is brought to you by your hometown Sears store at 1029 Highway 62 East. You can call them at 425-3191. The very best in home entertainment, home appliances, tools, lawn care equipment. And he's over there studying his phone over there, trying to get something realized on the
there you go.
When stuff goes down.
We'll get it.
We'll get it.
We're fine. We're fine.
The very best in home appliances, home entertainment, lawn care equipment, Craftsman tools, DeWalt tools.
Anything for inside, outside the home.
There you
go. They've got it all. And, you know, we're blessed to have what we call a hometown Sears store.
Yeah.
We talk about local stores, and it is locally owned and operated. But it also gives them the freedom to offer different products, like on your tools and stuff. They offer brands like DeWalt as well. They still have the Sears tools that you can buy. And
sure.
What I mean by Craftsman tools, they break, you walk in, this broke, they switch it out and send you back.
Yep.
That is not something you can find at every Sears store anymore.
No, that's true.
They still honor it. They still do it. They do all the service in-house. They can repair anything from appliances to lawnmowers to weed eaters, you name it. That's one of their big things. So,
yep. Now, your hometown Sears store is on the same parking lot as Orscheln's, up on the hill behind Wendy's, out in front of Physical Therapy Connection. Once again, at 1029 Highway 62 East. The very best for home appliances, home entertainment, lawn care, Craftsman tools, DeWalt tools, you name it, they've got it. Your hometown Sears store with Jared and his staff do a great job at making sure that they can, they bend over backwards. You know, they just make sure that you're satisfied, you know. And in the repair area, you know, they have in-home repair, whether it's at your home or their store. You know, they can get things repaired. Washers, dryers, electric ranges, whatever it may be, and lawn care equipment as well. Your hometown Sears store, 1029 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home, 870-425-3191. Want to invite folks from other counties to come on in. If you're in Arkansas, come on over and enjoy your hometown Sears store up in Ozark County, Howell County, Missouri. You're welcome to. Come on down. Love to have you shop at your hometown Sears store. Well, we got one up here in so-and-so. Well, you might have. Come check ours out, too. And
there's a difference. There's a difference between all of them. They can run them however they see fit.
That's good. That's good.
And especially on the service part, there's going to be a big
impressed.
difference.
Yeah. He's bringing back that good old-fashioned old-time service.
Yep.
The good old service department. Once again, your hometown Sears store, 1029 Highway 62 East. Call them at 870-425-3191. We're enjoying Brewed Awakening Coffee. You can do the same thing with 3 locations to serve you, the best coffee in town. Of course, you have Baxter Regional Medical Center main entrance, and you have 62 East Plaza out by Anytime Fitness in Bomber Boulevard at 7:04 on the computer clock this morning. Bomber Boulevard's probably not as busy as it will be within the next 30 minutes with everybody going to the high school and possibly the junior high through Bomber Boulevard, so beware. But anyway, Brewed Awakening Coffee, the best coffee in town. You know, I was talking to him about a week ago when I picked up the last round of coffee. If you want to order some coffee beans, you can pick up a bag of beans, grind them yourself, or they'll grind them for you, and you can take it home with you, have Brewed Awakening coffee at home without having to go through the drive-thru. You can pick up a bag of beans, and they'll be more than happy to serve you in that fashion. But be sure to check out their mochas, their lattes, their frappuccinos. What's the drink of the day?
I'm going to go with the mochaccino.
The what?
Mochaccino.
Is that the things that kind of rattle around in a Mexican song?
I love this. It's the Mo Better gas station style coffee. You can get a cappuccino, French vanilla, caramel, or chocolate.
Wow. How did they describe that now?
The Mo Better. I can't even say it. The Mo Better gas station style.
I think we used to fill dents on car fenders with that and grind them back down. No, I'm sure it's a good coffee, but check it out. They've even got pumpkin spice if you need pumpkin spice or French vanilla. Brewed Awakening's the best coffee in town. As Mike says, hey, man, we are real coffee. And you bet. Hey, stop by and have coffee with us sometime. We're at 1226 Commerce Drive. Love to have you stop by. Coffee mugs, coffee pot right over there. Help yourself coming in, watch the show. We got some nice recliners over here.
Try one of their nice big homemade cinnamon rolls. They are plate size. They're a meal on their own. And for those that aren't coffee fans, they have shakes, smoothies.
And they have the iced coffees and things like that. So
about anything and everything you can think of. They got something for everybody.
The best coffee in town. If you're not drinking Brewed Awakening, you're just drinking muddy water. Mike and staff do a great job at all 3 locations. Brewed Awakening Coffee is the best coffee in town because, as Mike says, we are real coffee. Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas, bringing morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes, 29 in the state of Arkansas to serve you, with 1 in Memphis, Tennessee. Here in town, you talk to Brad, Bruce, Charlotte, Chris. Anyone there can help you. It's a hard time. I've been saying it for a long time, when someone passed away, a friend, family member, loved one, whatever it may be. And they'll get you through it. Roller Funeral Homes, with all respect. Caring, understanding, loving. They know what you're going through. They're called to do this. It's a very special group of people, and they do it very, very well. Roller Funeral Homes, with all our respect. 29 Roller Funeral Homes in Arkansas, 1 in Memphis, Tennessee, and, of course, the one right here in Mountain Home is ready to serve you when the need arises. Roller Funeral Homes, with all our respect. Let's pause now for our morning prayer. Heavenly Father, a lot of people upset over President Trump appointing a replacement judge on the Supreme Court right after Judge Ginsburg had passed. Plus, to do so close to the election. But the Constitution gives no time parameters for appointing a Supreme Court justice. The President and the Senate follow the rules outlined by the Constitution. And Lord, so many times we listen to someone or something that doesn't give or know all we need to know. A lot of our problems are our own problems because we assume too much without any research on our own. For instance, a poll may say Joe Smith has a 60% chance of winning. But if it was only 6 out of 10 people, it's still 60%. So Lord, my prayer today is we need to focus more on being close to Jesus Christ. We need you to guide us. We don't need politics or media. I pray you bring us back to God. It's my prayer today. Amen. Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas, bring you morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes.
And now, the weather.
Where'd that last clear note come from?
That doesn't happen often.
I know it don't happen.
I need to save
He's
this
been
one.
practicing. I've been here for 3 years. I know.
I put poor Tobias under the bus yesterday.
Well, that's pretty.
Tobias at the hospital was in here and was sitting there, and I stopped everything we're doing. I said, listen, we are blessed with somebody that's an expert at this that came in and asked me, can I do the trumpet this morning?
Set him up.
He did a good job.
He did, though.
He did a good job. I was happy. I was proud of him.
Morning weather brought to you by the Z-Team. Bob and Linda's the door for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. The website, retiretoarkansas.net. Take a peek at the White River. A little bit of fog, a little bit of mist out there, and a little bit of darkness. 62-412 bridge to the left side of the screen. City of Cotter in the center part of the screen. You can see parts of the river coming through. The camera, of course, in Marion County, looking into Baxter County, Arkansas, the separation by the White River. Let's take a look at the September shot there. That's what it normally looks like on a nice clear day off of Bob's back porch.
It's got to be tough. Wake up in the morning, have to drink a cup of coffee, and look at that.
Yeah. Looking into Baxter County, of course, you can see the identification points there straight ahead, the Missouri state line to the right-hand side, city of Mountain Home. Beautiful little town of Cotter, Arkansas. Now, while you're retired to arkansas.net, you check all the listings, not only with the Z-Team and Century 21 Lee Mack Real Estate, but also the multiple listing service. When you list with the Z Team, get ready to sell your home. Linda is a professional stager, so she sets the home with your permission for that certain eye appeal that gets it sold. They're selling so fast right now, they don't even put the sign in the yard. He's got a stash of signs in his garage, and he'd love to put it in somebody's front yard, but the homes are selling so quickly.
Yeah, we did that segment of Help My Sign Find a Home.
The Z Team, the award-winning Z Team, they don't get the awards for sitting around doing nothing. They have the most prestigious award through the Century 21 Corporation. They've been recognized nationally for their community service, for their service to their clients. And it's just, I tell you what, the Z Team, for all your real estate needs, your professional real estate agents, the team is ready to go to serve you today, both in Arkansas and Missouri. You can call them at 870-405-0793. The website, retiredarkansas.net. Morning weather brought to you by the Z Team. Right now, 41 in Mountain Home and Harrison, 45 at Batesville. Excuse me, Salem checks in at 40. 41 at Calico Rock, 43 at Flippin, 46 at Marshall, 40 in West Plains. Around the region, St. Louis is at 42, while Poplar Bluff's at 43, 38 at Springfield, Missouri, and 37. And we're within 4 degrees here of Watford City, North Dakota, to put that in contrast. And I'm going to show this little map here. Of course, with all the stuff going on with the rain and stuff up here, we've failed to know that there's a hurricane in the Gulf. So here's the track right now. You have a hurricane warning right here in the red. The orange right here is a tropical storm warning. Then it drops down here to a tropical storm watch that goes all the way up into Chattanooga, Tennessee, including Atlanta, Georgia, Birmingham, Alabama, Montgomery, and places like that. On the radar right now, we do have the shower activity moving south to north. Let me put that back in motion. It's kind of a rare phenomenon here when you have, but we're actually supposed to get warmer temperatures, warming today. We have thunderstorms coming later this afternoon. And you can see this movement. It's right here at the Louisiana line. It's moving north. It's in Dallas, Texas, moving north towards Oklahoma City. And just kind of an odd situation where we have it moving south to north. Other showers in New York and Pennsylvania not affecting us. Shower activity and freezing precip in Minnesota and North Dakota right now.
Oklahoma's been getting battered. And
Yeah,
there's a lot of people that have been without power for a long time now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not been, they're usually not prepared for that much.
An ice storm before Halloween. There you go. That's kind of
In Oklahoma. All right, there you go.
climate change, global warming. Here's your forecast map. Of course, see the hurricane stuff down in the Gulf, the flash flood warnings and watches here throughout the southeast. And we do have a flash flood advisory, flash flood warning and watch from southern Indiana to western Kentucky to southern Illinois, southern Missouri, and they stop it at the state line. So I don't guess anything can dribble down out of Ozark County, but be prepared because especially low water bridge crossings, places like that in Baxter County, Marion County, and Fulton County, just be aware of that because the flood watch is on the state line. For today, we got a 20% chance of showers this morning. Then it says it's going to rain. 100% chance today and tonight. 80% on Thursday. Thursday night, 20% chance. And then God knows it's football night on Friday. High of 57 and clear skies. Going to be taking some expensive cameras to Bomber Stadium.
Tickle pink. I'm actually home. I'm not traveling Friday. It's not going to be raining.
You're going to be home before midnight. You actually get to see the news at 10 o'clock.
I'm going to be a happy camper.
Saturday, high of 62, 56 on Sunday. Wow, not bad. Checking I-Drive Arkansas, we do have a couple of accidents. This is on I-40 at mile marker 212.8. 1.3 miles southwest of Brinkley, Arkansas, reported by Troop D, Arkansas State Police. Then in Little Rock, there's something else going on, accident on I-30, westbound lane, exit 140B. They may have some shower activity going on right there. I show you this here, so it's in Brinkley and it's in Little Rock. Well, to show you how to navigate the map to find out what's going on. Anytime you have a difference in color, like right here at 55, at 555, we have some slower traffic moving at this highway junction right here. Missouri Department of Transportation. Well, I'll tell you what, Dennis, they've done a lot of work up Missouri. Look at that clear map right there. That was just 3 or 4 months ago. I mean, that was just caked with
Right. Orange stripes.
with
Yeah.
orange stripes.
I think they're getting some of their construction stuff done where they can get, with winter coming and everything
they get
else.
get it done. I'll tell you what. Bull Shoals Lake sickness sitting at 657.86, 1.14 feet above a full pool. I'm sorry, below full pool of 659. So you're saying above, been that way forever. Norfolk sitting at 553.39. It's 1.39 feet above 552. Current pollen index is just next to nothing, 0.8. Probably time to put this to rest for the season. Ragweed tomorrow, 1.3. Then our good buddy, the good old coronavirus, your 6 county report for Baxter, Marion, Cersei, Stone, Izard, and Fulton. We have 388 active right now with 1,867 recovered. The population that has the active is 0.0036 in the state, 107,619 total, 100,000 confirmed with 96,322 recovered. Hospitalized in the state is 660. Let me switch that screen so people can follow along. Hospital information right here. In the state, we have a state of 300, I can't talk today. In the state of 3.2 million, we have 660 people in the hospital, 232 in ICU with 89 on ventilators, and it has dropped down about 6 people on the ventilators. So things are improving slightly. Crude oil prices today came down a little bit at 37.77. It's down $1.80 per barrel. Dow Jones Industrial Average dropped 222.19 yesterday. At closing was 27,463.19. Okay. After I messed all of that up, sometimes you just can't spit the words out.
I understand. I got to bring up the Lions Club auction. There's been one change on the dates. It will be the 9th through the 12th, so they'll be going through Thursday.
Okay.
They'll be doing Monday through Thursday. So the 9th through the 12th from 6 to 9 nightly. You can go online. You can watch
This says 10.
Huh?
This says 10.
Oh, maybe it's 6 to 10. I got 6 to 9. It's going to be 6 to 9 or 6 to 10. Either way, 6 o'clock. Tune in. They'll tell you.
That's how my whole morning's been. He says 9, this says 10.
Oh, they brought a flyer in that says 10. I looked up online, the flyer says 9. So I don't know. Either way, they've got over 500 items. Items are already starting to roll in here. And it'll be a fun time. If you've never been involved in it, it is a lot of fun. It's not just somebody sitting here just doing an auction. They're having a ball with this.
It's
and
fun. I'm
it's
looking
fun
forward to it, yeah.
Calling in and giving people a hard time. And
it's fun down here at
placing your
TV
bids.
station. Yeah. A lot of fun.
It's a good time.
All right, coming up, Arkansas Game and Fish. Going to take a quick break. AGFC's here. Be right back.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Hi, I'm Benny with Ammo Dump.
At Ammo Dump, they carry new and used firearms, large supply of shotguns, rifles, and handguns. Ammo Dump will buy, sell, or trade in your item and can special order whatever you like. They also have knives, scopes, ammo of any caliber, and provide gun cleaning and restoration. Call them today for the best competitive pricing around.
If I don't have it or can't get it because they don't make it, come and see us.
That's Ammo Dump, located next to Woodman's Package in Norfolk.
Hi, we're Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z Team at Century 21 Lemac Realty, and we'd like you to meet the rest of our team.
When you are working with the Z Team, you will find that not only are they down-to-earth people, but they are trained professionals who work with downsizers, first-time homebuyers, and clients who may want to relocate to our beautiful Ozarks. Our team has agents who specialize in lake and river properties, listing and selling raw land, acreage, and all residential homes. Listing your property with the Z Team will help get it sold with unmatched Century 21 global marketing. You can find out more at retiretoarkansas.net.
Driftwood Lanes. Fun happens here.
At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we're here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we have installed a convenient drive-through window for all your to-go and pickup orders. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and ask us about our daily specials for a low price to feed the whole family. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
$721, Denis Dunderdale here from AGFC, Arkansas Game and Fish. And introduce your guest.
Howdy, howdy. Yeah, we got a special guy with us here this time because it's, coming up. We just finished a couple of little hunting seasons. We just finished muzzle loading, but we're getting ready to come into the modern gun season. So as such, thought it'd be a great idea to bring Corporal Joe Dale, Corporal, right?
Senior Corporal,
right. Joe Dale Purdom. He's one of the Marion County Game Wardens. Good friend of mine, been good buddies since I've been with the agency for about 10 years now. Anyway, it's always good to have the authority when you're talking about regulations, because if you rely on me, you'll probably end up with a ticket or worse.
Been there.
Well, now I haven't, so you're telling on yourself.
Just kidding.
But what we thought we would do today, because there's no time to go through the whole show, in one show to go through the whole regulations book, but what we thought we would do is at least make sure we cover the things that are new this year and then highlight some of the general regulations for general deer hunting regulations. And then some other things, too, that will undoubtedly come out of those conversations. But before we get going, one of the things I want to show is, which camera am I on here, buddy?
Right.
Okay, well, anyway, this guidebook, most hunters are going to be familiar with this because we have one for fishing, we have one for trout fishing, for turkeys, for ducks. By the way, the duck book is out if you're interested in that. This is not the final letter of the law. This is just a guidebook, and it's a summary. The final letter of the law is what we call the Arkansas Code of Regulations, and you can find that on our website.
I'm looking for it now.
And you can also call our Little Rock office in I'll give that 800 number in a little bit. But you can call there and ask for the licensing division, or the best way, and this is the best way to really get most information if you need it quickly, is to call our radio room or the dispatch, which is 1-800-482-9262. And we'll give that number a few times. If you do that, you'll get right into the dispatcher. Those guys know exactly which game wardens are on duty, which ones are out of town, and they can get somebody to you right away. Or you can go online and look it up, and we'll show you where you'll find that.
But shall I be looking at WMA regulations? Is that it?
No. Go to, there's a couple of ways to find this. This guidebook is online, and that's probably what you're going to want to read.
Sure.
But probably the easiest way to get right to that is go to the home page, and at the very top, see on the top there where it says resources? It's the second from the right across the banner.
Yeah, got it, yeah.
Okay. Click on that, and the very first pull down is regulations.
Yeah.
And then you'll see Code of Regulations, and that's the main code that I was talking about.
Okay.
And then right under that is Guidebooks. Click on that, and you'll get a picture of every guidebook we've got. And, of course, in this case, you want to pick the 2020-21 Arkansas hunting
Yeah, we got
guidebook,
that
and
up
it's
for
got the
people.
alligator because alligators, of
Now,
course.
I've got
are
3 of them sitting right here that people need to stop by sometime.
There you go.
Somebody's.
Yeah. So that's the quickest way to get to the PDF. And so you click on that, and a PDF version of the guidebook will come up. And if you do that and you're following along with us, then you'll be able to kind of go right where you want to. So, Joe, what do you think? You think we probably ought to just start with the new this year, maybe?
Okay.
And so go to that. That's on page 4, as if my memory serves me. I think it does. There we go. Yeah, right up on the top of page 4. And I'm gonna turn over to Joe. I mean, we're not going to cover each and every one of these because some of them have to do with a specific wildlife management area that's not in this part of the world. But we'll get through, the ones that you really need to know about. Joe, you want to just kind of take some of those that you think might make sense there?
Probably one of the biggest ones is the fourth one down. It's the youth must obtain a free customer ID number to check game. And it's on. You can go to page 10, and basically they'll go on there. You go on our license system, and they'll obtain a CID number, and that number will stay with them for the rest of their hunting career.
And that's pretty easy to do, right? We're getting a lot of phone calls from folks saying, "Hey, how do you do this?" It's pretty simple. If you go click on the buy a license link up in the upper right corner, that's one way you can do it. It'll take you to that, and then you just click on new customer.
Yes.
And if you click on that, it will ask for all your basic information. You will need to have a social security number, so just make sure you've got that handy. A lot of people don't have their social card or they don't have it memorized. Make sure you've got that. And then all the other stuff you'll probably know, like your name and address and all. And keep in mind, that address is where Game and Fish will mail things to you. So, make sure it's the address you want to receive your mail at. Yeah, that's kind of a biggie. We're getting some phone calls on that.
What do I need to bring up on the screen for you, Dennis?
Well, I think we can, I don't know, I think we ought to pull that one up. Maybe we should. Go to that homepage again, the Game and Fish main homepage. And you can always get back to the homepage by going to the upper left corner and clicking on the Game and Fish logo. And that'll take you right to our homepage.
Okay.
Now, in the upper right corner, see where it says buy license, licenses, check game? Click on that.
Okay.
Now, scroll down a little bit to where it says purchase a license or a permit. Click on that. And then go all the way down the bottom where it says new customer.
Click.
Now, this is if you've never had any kind of a license. Now, if you're under 16 years of age, I can't imagine anybody that's under 16 buying a license. I don't know that it would let you as soon as you put in your date of birth. I think it would kick you out. But if you've never had a license before, that's
what
how
if it's been 20 or 30 years?
That's how, if it's been, it'll. I think it'll still be in there. I don't think they've ever approached that, have they, Joe? That you know of? You'll know when you go to try to buy a license, if it says no customer ID found, then you may have to go back and get one. But the vast majority of people who have had a license in the past, they'll have their customer ID number. And once you start typing in your social security number or your driver's license number and all the other stuff, it'll pop it up. But if you've never had one, click new customer, and that just starts a new screen that starts collecting information. It'll ask for AR conservation number. See where that's grayed out on the new customer one? That's the number we're talking about. So that would be gray in a new customer scenario.
Okay.
Okay. And then fill out the rest. You'll see on the right-hand side it asks for social number. If you're a kid, you're not going to have a driver's license number, so just leave that blank. And the rest of it will be all set. And now, another thing that's important to know is we're getting calls. It's not required that you have a customer identification number to hunt. It's required that you have one to check game. Okay? So, and a kid has to check his own game now. When I say a kid, somebody between 6. You have to be 6 years old to register a harvest. And
15.
Under 6, you can't do it. You've got to be 6 years old or better. And they will need that customer ID in order to do that. Okay. So that's a pretty good start, I think.
Probably our other biggest requirement this year, Dennis, is the 12-hour check. It moved from 24 hours to 12 hours on checking your wildlife.
If you're following with us on page 4, count up there's 2 columns of new things there. Count up 1, 2, 3 from the bottom. I don't want to count down from the top because I can't count that high. But that new one says all deer, elk, alligators, and bears must be checked within 12 hours, and then see page 39 and 49.
Why would anybody wait longer than that?
Well, it used to be that, and we need to talk about our smartphone app too, because that's a big deal. It used to be that before they fixed it, you had to have cell service or be in a Wi-Fi area in order to connect to our system in order to register that. When that was the case, a lot of times people would be deep in the woods and they wouldn't have service. And so they'd wait until they check out, until they get to service to check that in, and then they'd end up forgetting. Or because they knew they had a full day, if they shot a deer at 8:30 today on Tuesday or Wednesday morning, they'd have all the way until 8:30 or at 7:29 tomorrow morning to do it. Well, I don't know about you, but I am the world's worst procrastinator. And if I decide I'm going to put something off because I have a day to do it and I'll wait till tomorrow morning, better chance than not I'll forget. And I would suggest that's probably the majority of why people
If they had been waiting 24 hours instead of 12, how does that affect chronic wasting disease checkup? Does that affect it?
I don't know that plays into it. Do you, Joe?
It depends on temperatures, and the temperatures we're having the last few days, they'll probably be okay. And another thing, speaking of chronic wasting disease, we've got freezers in different parts. Mm-hmm. We've got one at the Mountain Home office. There's one at the Marion County Fairgrounds that people can take their deer head and have it tested.
Yep, there's one down in Norfolk by the City Hall Pavilion there. Yeah, so we'll test it for free. It's real simple to do. What we ask you to do is, if you want to have your deer tested, cut the head off, but make sure you leave a good 6 inches or more of the neck, because what we really want is the lymph nodes, and that's where those are going to be located. So if you cut it off right under the chin, then you won't give us what we need. So leave some neck there. Leave a good fist spread of neck. Inside those coolers are plastic bags, zip ties, a 2-part tag that you put your information on one half of it. Both halves have your testing identification number. So you tear it in half and keep one that has your number on it. You fill out the information on the other one, which you'll have checked your game by then because it will ask for your game check number. Use your zip tie, put the head in the plastic bag, zip tie it, attach the tag to that zip tie as well, leave it in the freezer, and somebody will come along and pick it up and test it. Now, if it's positive, if it comes back CID positive, we'll notify you and let you know that. If it's not, then the reason you want to make sure you hang on to that check number is so that you can go onto our website or call and look up the results. And how long are they saying it's taking, Joe? A week to 2 weeks, I guess?
Around that.
Something like that, yeah.
And they'll be sending
in the CWD?
Well, there's been a slowing. I wouldn't say a decline. I mean, if you have, 300 positives this day, you're not going to have 295 tomorrow. But the rate of positives coming in will decline, and that is slowing some. I mean, the first years we were testing, everywhere we were looking, we were finding it. Now we're still finding some, which you actually segued to a good point. 2 new counties are in the CWD management area this year. Independence, and what's the other one? Jackson?
I'll find it here. Let's see.
Randolph?
Independence and Jackson.
Oh, right. I remember that from last time.
Yeah, we did talk about that last month. But, so those are new as well. And we will talk a little bit about the, how those zones affect you as a hunter. Whether you're hunting within those zones or outside of those zones is very important for you to know, especially as far as moving the carcass goes. fact,
And see, the one that's there's one at the White River that's barely inside of Baxter County. And it's surprising, nothing in Stone, Claiborne, Izzard, and then you get the one near the Jackson County line down there.
well, here's how they determine whether a county will be in the zone. When they find a hot spot, they draw a 10-mile radius around that spot.
Yeah, that's what put it in Jackson.
Any county that's in that 10-mile radius is going to be considered in the zone.
Wow.
So it doesn't mean that because a county is in the zone, in fact, I don't think they found a positive in Baxter County. I think the reason Baxter County is in is because we're within that 10-mile radius of the one they did find in Marion County.
We had one just across the river from in the Cotter area. It was
Right.
in Marion County, but
Right.
just across the
So,
river.
and the way that affects the hunter is you cannot remove your deer from the zone, and there's 2 levels of zone. There's the first tier and the second tier. The first tier, I don't know, is that showing up on the screen there?
I'm not seeing
Is
this
the
is
4
the
original counties that, see where that big red blob is? It's
yeah,
those
that's
4
Newton,
counties
Boone,
that-
and Carroll.
Newton, Boone,
was
Carroll, and what's the other one?
Madison.
Madison, yeah.
A little bit in Searcy, Madison, then of course Newton, Boone, Carroll.
Yeah, those 4 counties are tier 1. And you cannot remove a deer from those counties into any other county. You can stay within those 4, but you can't go to any of the other ones. In the second tier, it's sort of the same, but it's a bigger zone. You can't move from zone 2 outside of the zone, but you've got, I don't know how many counties are in there, 13 I want to say, but I could be wrong. But that's kind of how that moves. Now, when we say can't move it, you can't move the whole carcass. You have to remove all the meat from the bone, or if you're going to keep your antlers for taxidermy, you've got to have a completely clean, and we do mean clean, skull plate. By skull plate, if you don't do taxidermy, or if you've never done that, what you do is you only bring the antlers and the skin to the taxidermist. They're not going to use the facial bones and all that. They have fiberglass molds that they use for that. But they do need the antlers. And you cut those off, and underneath where you've cut off is a piece of the skull. That's what we want to make sure, that you don't leave brain tissue or any other kind of organic tissue on that skull plate. Those you can take out of the county, out of the zone. But as far as dragging the whole deer and bringing it to a processor, or bringing it home to clean it or something, no can do. You have to remove all the meat or clean skull plate before you take it out of the zone. Did I catch any of that? Did I miss any of that, Joe?
And also we're close enough to Missouri up here.
Oh, yeah.
We do have people that go up into Missouri and hunt, and they've got to abide by those laws also.
Right.
They can bring back boneless meat, but
right.
But no bones, or everything's got to be clean.
Really? Okay.
And you can't take any cervid into the state of Arkansas from anywhere unless it's under those conditions. So if you go elk hunting in Colorado, you can't bring the whole carcass back. I don't think you can bring your carcass out of Colorado either. I'm sure they have their own regs because they've got CWD too.
And the big thing behind that is we're not going to eat the bones, right. And you're going to people are going to get rid of them in their back pasture or something like that. And if that animal did have CWD, you could potentially spread it with dumping that carcass.
Yep.
With that, we need to grab a break at 7:38. More with Arkansas Game and Fish right after this.
Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
Take a step back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaire Barbershop today, a unique gentleman's barbershop. Get back in style with 2 experienced licensed barbers who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and are happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaire Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 1041 Highland Circle, Suite 55 in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today.
Did you know when you shop at Sears Hometown Stores, you are supporting your local community? That's right. Your local Sears Hometown Store is locally owned and operated by one of your neighbors. Their store offers the best of what Sears has to offer with the top brands in appliances, tools, and lawn and garden. They also offer great financing options that work no matter what you need. Remember to stop by your local Sears Hometown Store today and support a local member of your community.
When I grow up, I want to save lives, like a superhero, and show up when people needed me.
When I grow up, I want to do animations. I want to create characters that can fly.
No matter what it is you want out of life, there is a path to get there.
When I grow up, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but I know I want to go to college.
Arkansas State University Mountain Home. Take your first step at asumh.edu.
It takes the right gear to survive out here. Oh, there she is, Ferris. It's the best gear around. Strong as an ox. Safe as houses. Out back, there's one powerful beast. Awesome. Four-wheel suspension. Handles whatever Mother Nature throws at you. Designed to take the hard out of hard work and deliver all the power you could need. So if you want to tackle the great outdoors, get yourself a Ferris.
Get the only mower with suspension technology at Mower Warehouse in Mountain Home, where they accept mower trade-ins, have flexible financing options, and services all brands and models. That's Mower Warehouse, located on Buzzard Roost in Mountain Home.
And we're back with Arkansas Game and Fish, and we're just picking up where we left off. Dennis.
Yeah, on the break, because we were kind of picking up the 12-hour checking requirement. In the past, and I may be redundant here, in the past you had 24 hours to check that. And they've concised that down to 12 hours now. So if you shoot a deer at 7:30 in the morning, you only have till 7:30 that evening to get that checked. What we were talking about was the AGFC smartphone app, whether it's iPhone or Android, works for both of them. If you don't have that app downloaded on your phone, do it. Go to, I have an iPhone, so I know that's the iPhone store, the Apple store, or the App Store, I should say. Download that app. Just go to AGFC, and you'll find that app. It'll be in the App Store that way. I don't know. What do they call the Android phone? Google Play or something like that? Whatever it is. If you have an Android phone, you know how to find apps. Again, search for AGFC in your App Store, and you'll see it, and then download that. What that does for you, and I'll pull mine up. And I know we can't put a live thing on, but I think we may want to do a show of that nature at some point, because there's a lot here. I don't know if you can get a screen on that. Can you? Where am I here?
Stay right where you're at, and I'll get on it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, so you can see, I'm backwards here, so I'm kind of like, this is like the weather guy with the, with the green screen. So you can see there's a hunting section, and in there is going to be all the hunting rigs, all that kind of stuff. Right next to it is fishing. Same thing for that. Down below that is outdoor adventures. There's all kinds of activities, places to go, hikes, all that sort of thing. Near me, that's a list of all the wildlife management areas. So if you don't know, say for example, you lost your hunting lease this year, or you're new to hunting and you don't know where to go, click on that and it will, number one, your phone will, knows where you are. It will bring up a map of all the wildlife management areas that are public hunting grounds. You select one. Say if you're in this area and you didn't know that we have a wildlife management area over in Marion County called Loafer's Glory. Okay, it's down by Harriet.
Yeah.
Click on that. Number one, it will give you all the information about that wildlife management area, but it will also give you what the special regs for that WMA is. So that's what that's all about. I don't know what, I guess we lost our Zoom here. Huh?
No, I'm coming back in.
Okay. Where am I here? I can't read what that says. Okay, wildlife, what's that say? Wildlife conservation? Yeah. Whoop, over here. Yeah, wildlife conservation. You know, I haven't looked at that one for a while, but I know the next one over here, that's a really good one. If you touch on that, first thing it will do is bring up all of the sunrise, it's basically an almanac. It gives you the time, the current time.
Yeah.
But hunters need to know when shooting hours are.
Yeah.
And for big game hunting, well, for anything but waterfowl, it's a half hour before sunrise to a half hour after sunset. Well, that matters.
Yeah, it does.
You know? So that'll tell you when shooting hours are.
Now, he was the game warden comes up. Let's say, what's the fine for doing it wrong?
It depends on the type of class of violation, depends on what you've done wrong, basically. Fishing or hunting without a license not going to be as severe a violation as, say, someone that shot a deer at night with artificial light or something like that. Or
would it be considered poaching if that happened?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, poaching, Joe, and you tell me, but isn't poaching pretty much any illegal taking of wildlife?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I say that as I had a friend of mine who he didn't want to tag his second buck. This guy's an old schooler, and he thought, well, I don't, here, you tag. No, that's not how it works. You can't do that. You got to tag your own. That you shot a buck, tag it as a buck. And I said, you don't want to be a poacher. He goes, well, that's not poaching. Poaching is like night hunt. No, poaching is any time you break a violation or you break the rules in order to take game, whether it's fish or deer or ducks or anything else. So a poacher is a poacher is a poacher. And there's consequences. And I like Doug Small has a great expression. You've probably used it, and that is, you do whatever you can afford. Because it'll cost you. Yeah.
And you have to go, like in the guidebook, you can go under the different, wherever you're going to be hunting. If you're hunting in Zone 3, which is, or in Silmore Management Area or whatever, each of those zones has its own bag limit, but we're allowed 6 deer in Arkansas.
Yeah.
And
that's a lot.
That's a lot of deer.
Yeah.
That's basically over a calendar year with all the, if you look January, December, because you've got that hunt right after Christmas on 26
We've got if you're an archery hunter,
we start in September.
Months. Yeah, the urban hunt.
The last Saturday in September to the end of February.
Right. And if you want to hunt the urban hunts, like they have up in Bull Shoals and Lakeview, that starts September 1st. So you can go September 1st all the way to the last day of February. That's 6 months.
And it's an unlimited bag number.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So anyway, the way that you'll check your deers, remember where I pointed to that hunting square on the phone? If you tap on that, the very top line is check game. Tap on that. If you haven't ever used the app, it'll ask you for your CID, your customer ID number, and a few other little things like that, just basically to identify you to the app. And then you hit the start checking game, and it just asks you what zone you're in, what time it was, what method you used. By method, we mean, was it modern gun or archery? Was it a buck? Was it a button buck? Does it ask for button buck? I think it does, right? Button buck, a doe, or a buck. And it asks for that basic information. You put that all in, and it will give you a check number. And you write that check number on your license, not on your license, on your check tag. In the booklet, right in the middle of the book there, is some examples of check tags. You don't have to use these, but you do have to have all that information if you haven't checked your deer yet, where it says game tag. Write that number down, or make sure you take a screenshot of your phone in case you don't have it, and you'll be good to go. Now your deer is registered. It's legal to move it. If you don't do that, if you don't register it online, you must manually tag it, just like the good old days, before you move that deer. Okay.
Now, the good thing on the app that I will mention, if you're out there in the woods, you're out there where you ain't got cell service, whatever, and you got the app and you put it all in there, when it finds range, it's going to put it in initially. So you're not going to forget when you get back into, oh, wait, I forgot to. It'll do it automatically.
And it'll accept all that information even if you're offline.
And with the app, if you've decided to go digitally with your hunting license, it's stored on that app also.
Right.
If you've registered. Now, what we've been running into is some people will buy their license. You may have to log out and log back into that app for it to update your new license on there. But if you're someplace and you don't have service, your license is there. And so you can pull that up as long as you got battery life and
another thing you can do with this app, it kind of goes to the purchasing a license or getting a permit. But if you're going to hunt on public land, or I should say if you're going to hunt in one of our wildlife management areas, not all public land is a WMA. Most of it is. But some parts, say, for example, of the perimeter of Norfolk Lake, they're public land. They're owned by the Corps of Engineers, but they're not in the Norfolk Lake WMA. Okay, that's one example. But if you're going to hunt a WMA, you must obtain, and you can do it online, and it's free, but you must obtain a free, what we call a special use permit. It's just basically, we want to know who's using the WMAs, are they getting used, who are they getting used by, where's the concentration of people that are using them, how far are people traveling to go from their home to a WMA. It's all that kind of stuff that we really need to know, because we're sinking millions and millions and millions of dollars into these properties, and we need to make sure we're doing it right. So that's why we do that.
Let me grab that last break.
You got to have that.
Okay.
Okay.
Last break coming up. More with AGFC right after this.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
At MSI, they're not just another trash service. They're your friendly, family-owned and operated trash service, providing residential, commercial, and roll-off pickup. MSI offers competitive rates and services 5 counties in the north central Arkansas area. Various dumpster sizes available for commercial and accommodating you with weekly pickup for your convenience. Call Tammy or Kathy today at MSI. MSI Trash Service, small enough to know you and large enough to service you.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home. 7:54, finishing out the program with Joe and Dennis from Arkansas Game and Fish.
Okay, so as far as checking your game, or buying your licenses for that matter, or getting your WMA special use permit, we talked about the app, and that really is the best thing to do. But some folks may not have a smartphone. My wife just got her smartphone for Christmas last year.
Yep.
So there's a couple of other ways to do it. One is you can always call our Little Rock office, the main number, and I'll give you that phone number. It's area code 501-223-6300. Ask for the licensing division, or you'll get a voice prompt, one of those computerized kind of, if you're looking for this, looking for that. One of those will say, if you're looking for licensing, press 1. In fact, I think that is the first one. So anyway, you can call the licensing division and get your license or get your permit over the phone. Or you can go to our website, right back to where we started was, purchasing a license. If you go to that page, click up, way up in the right corner, where it says purchase license. There you go. Yeah, that one. Okay, see where it says WMA applications? That's where you can get. You don't have to go there because it'll take you into a few screens, but that's where you can apply for special hunts and that sort of thing on WMAs. If you go back to that screen where you just were. Yep. Now go to the left column, go up one. Yep. Click on that. That's where you'll get access to purchase your license or to get any of that other stuff. If you go down, go back one more screen. If you've lost your license and you're the kind who likes to keep a paper copy, which I do, I'm sort of old school. I keep a copy of my license. I keep several game check tags, Ziploc ties, plastic, vinyl gloves, and a pen inside a Ziploc baggie in my backpack when I'm hunting. That's just because I've always done it that way, and I'm kind of old school. I like to do it that way.
I still do it that way. Yeah, I keep it all in a little baggie in my
Dennis.
bag.
Yeah. Also, if no one wants to do one over a smartphone app or the computer or over the telephone, they can drive down to our regional office at Calico Rock. And they can purchase a license there.
Oh, yeah, of course.
They can, if someone's turning 65, you can take your stuff down there and you can buy your 65 plus license.
That's right.
So that's always an option, and Calico Rock's not that
Is
far.
the 65 plus, is that a renewable or is that?
That's a lifetime. One time you can buy your fishing, trout permit, your hunting license, all that.
Yeah, which I have. Yeah, absolutely. And if you're looking for just a regular license, now the 65 plus or veterans disabilities, any of those special kind of licenses, those you have to do at a Game and Fish regional office or the Little Rock office.
And that's at Calico Rock?
Calico Rock, yeah, right there on Route 58. Just up a little ways from Subway.
Oh, yeah.
If you want just a regular license, it's just, you hadn't bought your license yet, you can do that at any, Walmart. Lots of retailers sell licenses, so you can always go there and just go to the hunting counter, and the hunting section, or that department, and they'll sell you a license right there. So there's lots of ways to do it. There's lots of ways to check it. It's not hard to do. It's just we need to make sure people know that they need to be doing that.
Now, Modern Guns coming up. What's Joe going to be watching for out here?
We're going to be watching for, of course, people having license, people hunting where they're supposed to be. We'll get trespassing calls. Some people can't stand to, not be where they're not supposed to be.
Really?
And then we'll be looking for tagging and checking violations and just your basic stuff, anywhere from road hunting violations to, just your typical.
Get the rule book and follow it, right?
What's that?
Get the rule book and follow it.
Get the rule book, follow it. We typically we really try to focus on our major violations. Of course, we're checking license, but that's a good way to meet young hunters and introduce ourselves to them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it doesn't mean you're in trouble just because they want to see a license. It might be they just want to meet you.
Yeah. We got about 35 seconds.
Everybody have a safe deer season.
Yeah. Be safe out there.
If you have questions, give me a call or send me an email. My phone number, my Game and Fish cell phone, area code 870-321-5548. My email is Denis with one N, DENIS Dunderdale, DUNDERDALE at agfc.ar.gov. And we'll see you next month.
You betcha.
All right.
Always good.
Okay.
We got to run. See you tomorrow.